Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Monday, October 23rd, 2017. Welcome back from the weekend. I hope you had a wonderful one, and today we are starting with Shin Megami Tensei 5, coming to Nintendo Switch with no release date or pricing information just yet, but there is a new trailer if you want to check that out. There's a link to it in the description down below, along with timestamps and links for sources for all of today's stories. Coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One is Dragon Ball FighterZ on January 26, 2018 for both North America and Europe, and then a Japanese release on February 1st. Nintendo is releasing a Super NES themed new 3DS XL, probably to coincide with the release of the mini SNES Classic. And if you order it through Amazon, you'll be given the SNES version of Super Mario Kart, so you have something to play on your new handheld. In update news, PUBG will be getting its vaulting mechanics sometime this November, and if everything is on schedule, during the first half. And the PUBG test servers have gotten a new update that makes the blue zone more deadly by increasing its damage over time. Some people find a strategy in always staying in the blue zone to lessen their chance of encountering other players. Obviously, that's not going to last much longer, and this should lead to more fights. Then we go into backwards compatible news with Xbox One getting 13 titles tomorrow from the original Xbox. This includes great games like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Dead to Rights, Red Faction 2, Blood Rain 2, and Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Moving on from there, The Evil Within 2 has a secret hidden within because you can access a first-person mode just in case you prefer that perspective. In order to access it, you first have to set your Steam launch options as +com_allow console, all one word, space 1, which launches The Evil Within in developer mode. Then press insert to bring up the console and enter PL_FPS, all one word again, space 1, and hit enter. And then if you want to go back, enter the exact same thing but replace the 1 with a 0. Let me know if you tried this and if it worked for you in the comment section down below. From there we go into Super Mario Bros. And a new world record set by Darbian, which is exactly 1 frame better than his previous record. There's little room for improvement, but this is not the lowest calculated time, so I'm pretty sure he's going to keep trying for that perfect run. It has been revealed that Rockstar Games has no plans for any single-player DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5, even though they had said in 2013 there was, quote, substantial additions in 2014. It's a much different story to the one that they're telling now, that cites adding more to GTA Online, porting the game to current-gen console, and then for some reason, working on Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sorry, but you can't have the first reason and the last reason and then say you don't have time to work on single-player DLC. I think I know exactly what this bullshit is too, and that's Take-Two and Rockstar focusing their efforts on things that would make them more money, rather than fulfilling their promises by feeding us more crap that the game was complete and didn't allow for it. You mean to tell me you couldn't come up with more stories involving a crazy meth-driven lunatic, a retired gangster, and then a smart kid from the hood? I know you could, otherwise you wouldn't have promised it in the first place. And then we're probably gonna have to wait until the very last second to find out Red Dead Redemption 2 is not coming to PC because Rockstar is up its own ass lately, so much so that it's speaking its own language of farts. Alright. From there we move on to something that might be the start of a solution, as a gambling regulation has issued a letter to online gambling sites ordering them to remove advertisements with cartoon-like characters in their slot machine games. A great example can be seen right here, and while I personally like the cartoonish characters, I could absolutely see how this could attract children. To me, this is similar to how Camel Joe was banned from cigarette advertisements back in 1997. And I'm really interested to know what you think about this one. Please leave me a comment down below. Speaking of terrible business practices that appeal to children, Twitch TV has gone and done one of the most disgusting business practices I think you could imagine, and that is tying emotes, yes, fucking emotes, to loot boxes. Cheering 250 bits or more will grant you a loot box with a zombie emote inside, and of course, it has a limited use. Cheering 5,000 bits, which will cost you around $65 US, will unlock the emote permanently. Please, 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 nobody spend money on this. It's an absolutely ridiculous and pointless expense, regardless of how much you use Twitch. And speaking of more terrible business practices, a former developer from BioWare named Manveer Hare has given his dissenting opinion about Electronic Arts, saying that they are pushing for more open-world games because they are easier to monetize, including, quote, redundant multiplayer components to keep even casual players coming back to play more, and the more you play, the more you're tempted to spend money on microtransactions. Ending by saying he has seen some people spend upwards of $15,000 US on Mass Effect multiplayer cards. And while your average gamer typically does not spend money on further purchases, the ones that do make it more than worth it to not only keep including them, but push the industry to keep hustling them them harder and harder. There are some rumors too that the Star Wars game that Visceral was working on that got passed off to EA Vancouver has been cancelled outright, though there isn't total confirmation of that just yet, and I want to save it for another episode. In other news of a company shutting down, it was announced on Friday that the Escapist has let go all of its full-time employees, with the exception of Yahtzee, and while this letter doesn't address the specific reason for the layoffs, more than likely site traffic was down, making ad space harder to sell. The future of the Escapist is grim, but it has not shut down just yet. Alright, that brings us to our main topic today, and I have to tell you, today is not the day for good news. NeoGAF had 4 of its top moderators resign and went offline after the site's owner, Tyler Malka, had been accused of sexual misconduct. The incident allegedly occurred in April 2015, when Ema Liup, a friend of his at the time, and he were drinking in a hotel. She became sick and started throwing up and decided to take a shower. This is when he allegedly got naked and into the shower with her without her consent, and she proceeded to tell him to get the hell out. Last week, Miss Liup had posted her side of the story on Facebook, where stories of sexual abuse have been trending, with hashtags like #MeToo, because of people like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. By the way, I just want to state that I support a woman's right to speak up if they've been assaulted or abused, and they should go through the traditional process of filing a police report and having them carry out an official investigation. To add to the calamity, people who had posted sharing their support of Miss Liup and others were getting banned, many proud to take one if it meant standing up for people's rights. There are some other interesting details developing, as Kotaku's Jason Schreier may have known about Malka's conduct as early as 2015, but did not investigate. He and Malka had both participated in a Reddit AMA, Ask Me Anything, where questions of Malka's assault were brought up along with alleged proof, but none were answered. As someone who is in video games media, you would think that he would investigate it, especially when someone is claiming they have proof. So while he may not have directly known about it, something may have been done about this more than a year ago. And I really feel like he just brushed this off by claiming it's got him thinking. I hope you out there are thinking about the reputation of Kotaku. By the way, if these allegations are fake, then Kotaku in Action over on Reddit is doing a very good job of deleting posts that provide evidence of Schreier's knowledge, like this one right here. So where does that leave NeoGAF? Well, as I was writing this episode, the site came back online, though the place looks like it hasn't been touched in a few days, and the Twitter account also reflects this. If you're no longer satisfied with NeoGAF because of this whole situation, then a new site will begin called ResetEra, which claims to be launching tonight, but I was only able to find very little associated with it, as the Twitter account is brand new and only has a few tweets, and the subreddit is set to invitation only. I will be providing more updates on this situation in future episodes if any occur. This is one big clusterfuck, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. After a long episode, it's nice to drink a refreshing cold glass of tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Virtual Race Car Engineer 2018, Undead Development, Indigo, The Relentless, Trapped Within, Occultist, Mediterranean Cabal, Ballistic Mini Golf, Deer Hunter Reloaded, Minesweeper VR, Yomawari Midnight Shadows, The Mummy Demastered, Blackberry Honey, and Vearium. For PlayStation 4, Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon, Yomawari Midnight Shadows, Just Dance 2018, Hidden Agenda, Knowledge is Power, SingStar Celebration, Rapala Fishing Pro Series, Deer Hunter Reloaded, We Sing Pop, Rugby 18, The Mummy Demastered, Slay Away Camp, Butcher's Cut, Fishing Master, and The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk. For Xbox One, Just Dance 2018, Rapala Fishing Pro Series, Deer Hunter Reloaded, We Sing Pop, Rugby 18, and The Mummy Demastered. For Nintendo Switch, Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon, Just Dance 2018, The Mummy Demastered, and Night Terrors. For PlayStation Vita, Yomawari Midnight Shadows. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And what do you call a Japanese deep-fried mattress? Tempura-pedic. So I mean it, this whole NeoGAF thing is just one big clusterfuck. I like NeoGAF. I quite liked them. I didn't frequent the site very much, but the little bit that I did go to, I mean, that's where I found out about leaks for the Nintendo Switch. I found out a bunch of different leaks for stuff. Usually you just find out about leaks and different, people post stuff there. They post anonymously. It's kind of like the 4chan, 4chan of video games. It's really, I thought it was a pretty good, useful tool. A nice community where people were sharing stuff, insider information even. And, I'm sad to see it go. I hope that the new NeoGAF is just good. It's just as good. I don't know if it will be. I hope that ResetEra is also good. Means more sites, more places to go to find stuff. That's always a good thing for me. It's always a good thing for everybody. Having more information, more options is usually a good thing. Until you get to the point where you're like, I can't decide, there's too many options. So you got to find out that nice mid ground. But it takes a lot of time before you get to the point where there's too many damn options. Yeah, really big episode today. Lots of stuff happened. Yeah. I just want to, for at the moment, make sure that you go back and watch the times where I say allegedly. I just want to point that out. A lot of the things I said were alleged and not necessarily concrete. So, don't sue me. That's, I guess, what I'm saying. Really sad to see the Escapist go. I mean, the Escapist was a great website, great place for people to upload reviews and whatnot. Yahtzee, of course, is extremely talented. I'm not surprised that they're keeping him around. Zero Punctuation pretty much started with the Escapist, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the only few things that were keeping him going in the end. So, I hope Yahtzee does all right on his own. I hope he's fine, because while Yahtzee was part of the Escapist wasn't all Yahtzee. Okay, as much as Yahtzee was a big prominent member, probably kind of I don't even know how to He's like Elvis compared with the rest of the band. There's a band behind Elvis, just nobody knows who. So it's there's Yahtzee, then there's the Escapist. But I don't know. They think that's a terrible comparison. I'm really tired today. I have not been sleeping well because I've been up playing video games a lot, and yeah, I'm on a little, not that much sleep. I think I'm on 5 hours, not together. Yeah, I had a 3-hour nap, woke up, had to get the kid ready for school. Then it was just screw it, I've got the house to myself. I'm just gonna write my show. So I wrote half of it, then picked her up, decided to wait for the wife to get home from work, then took a nap, and now I'm oh my goodness. Oh, and I finished writing afterwards, and now I'm oh my goodness, I'm just so tired. I just want to go finish editing this, put it up, and hopefully everybody enjoys it, because I put a lot of work into this episode. This is one of them, I did really good on this one. Lots of stuff in this episode, so, please enjoy. Hit that like button if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Fine, whatever. Interaction's interaction either way. Let me have a comment, please, if letting me know why you didn't like it. Otherwise, I just take the dislike as another like of hey, interaction, cool. I don't really mean that, but really, dislike without a comment of I don't understand your comment, or I don't like the way you speak, or I don't remember the things, that's much more appreciative and constructive than just dislike. I thought this video was gameplay. That's always what I think it is. Whenever I get a dislike that I can't explain, it's that person thought it was a gameplay video. And it's not. It's a video game news show. It always has been. I do a little bit of gameplay here and there, but not a lot. Beyond that, that new Bomber Crew game was pretty fun, pretty interesting. I'm gonna go play more of that. Got a code for that. Thank you. You know who you are. I don't know if I should say your name, because, yeah, I don't know how much I can say. I don't know if that's your real name. So, you know who you are. Thank you for the codes. Thank you so much. Yeah, not really much else to say. I'm just going to go edit this show. Thank you for being here, everybody. Social media links are over here. You got your Twitch, you got your Twitter, you got your Facebook. I fucked up again. I meant to say Facebook. I said YouTube. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. Of course, Patreon, because you love me. I love you too. Halloween's coming up soon, next week. I'm going to be doing a short episode that day. Click over here to subscribe to my channel. Click over here to watch Friday's episode, where we talk about PUBG's main menu being extremely vulnerable to hacks, which I did hear they fixed part of. Okay, so it is an HTTPS site now. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.